Virgo, welcome. Virgo sun, moon, and rising sun. Welcome to September 2025. Eclipse season is here. This month's forecast for your sign is a game changer because eclipses are rocking your world through the axis of Virgo and Pisces. You're going to find major life changes are afoot as a result of this month's sky. This can change your home, your relationship status, your career, your job. It's so many things that are about to make a pivot for you. And what I love is the blessings of Jupiter regarding the eclipses, making sure that it all works out on your behalf. You saw eclipses like this 18 and a half years ago. It goes back to the 2007 fall eclipse cycle. And so you're really completing or doing another version of it. But this time, Jupiter is blessing you. Jupiter exalted is watching over these eclipses, and it is positive. So we're going to talk about how to use this eclipse cycle for you in today's video, a little more than I do with the other signs that's impacting you more directly. We're also going to talk about the movement of Mars in your chart through a difficult place where you have to be more cautious around money, spending, and savings. And we're going to break down some really interesting stories to do with a kite that's very successful for you and everybody. So we're going to talk all about the astrology week by week. So get ready, settle in, get a cup of coffee or tea or a glass of wine. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori Lothian, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology. This is not sidereal. We're also going to talk about fixed stars and minor asteroids in my regular content on my channel. I won't be doing that today to keep it simple. So everything I cover here, I cover in more depth with weekly videos, every day, 3 videos a week, and you'll get more in-depth content, including the minor asteroids that are involved. If you wanted to learn to be your own astrologer and time your best life, why not? You can sky read with me. I'm teaching Sky Reader coming up this September the 27th. That's Saturday. And for 6 Saturdays in a row, we meet on Zoom for a live class. You will have replays available of evergreen and forever access to the content on my teaching platform. You'll have weekly Q&A coaching calls by me. You'll have bonus teachers. You'll have a Facebook group and a Discord group to meet other students. So it's a lot of fun. If you want to learn astrology enough to time some of your life and make yourself move in the flow as opposed to against the flow of the sky, that's important. You can do that with my course, Sky Reader. And it's not going to be a class to teach you to be an astrologer, no goodness gracious, but how to read the charts of your friends and family and learn the basic language of astrology and timing tools to go with it. All right, so let's get talking, Virgo. At the end of every reading for this month, I'm doing a dictionary oracle draw. You'll see what I mean. So stay tuned to the end. You'll want to get your message, your oracle message for the month ahead. One of the things I want to say about being Virgo, right, being you and having this sky happen, is that where Mercury goes, you have to pay attention. And the good news is during this eclipse cycle, Mercury's going to enter the sign of Virgo, which is your sign. And so this makes this month between Jupiter's blessings exalted flowing to the eclipse, both eclipses, on the 7th and the 21st of the month, and that Mercury will enter his home kingdom and really bless you. You are really going to be doing just fine, and he'll be in your sign through most of September until about the 18th. So I like this month for you. Usually eclipses are turbulent. We don't want to be involved like a duck, but this isn't so bad. You're not getting on a roller coaster. You're getting on a merry-go-round, right? Or a Ferris wheel, something a little bit more sane and calm. So here's the sky, and this is your Virgo ascendant right here. I'm going to just move us back to get the ascendant a little closer to 0 degrees. You're probably wondering why. That means that it won't essentially change signs on me halfway through the story. Okay. Whoa, see what I mean? So if you are a Virgo, no matter how old you are, I'm going to give you one piece of advice, or not even advice, just a comment. These eclipses are mostly positively blessed by Jupiter. He's witnessing the eclipses in a flowing manner. And that's great. It can bring you windfalls, pennies from heaven, great gains, new friendships, greater career profits. It's all good. That's Jupiter's story in your 11th house through till next July. That said, the eclipses that are happening in September do make life changes. We don't always like change. You're more mutable, adaptable. You say sure. And it's not just about September. The eclipses occur on the 7th and 21st. Okay, in Pisces and then Virgo. but they also unfold over months, not days or weeks. So we have to be patient. And so while I'm talking about game-changing career and home and relationship stories, it will unfold for the lunar eclipse over 6 months and the solar over 1 year. That's a caveat qualifier. So we start off the month. We're going to go week by week. And on the first week, the first 7 days of the month, it's turbulent for everybody, not just you. Mars starts off in a square to Jupiter. Mars is debilitated in this part of your sky. This is your money, your savings, your earnings. This is your teeth and your face. Mars here can bring acne, inflammation, rashes, cavities, etc. He's been in this part of your chart. This is not unusual. It happens every 2 years, but he's been in this part of your chart August the 6th, and he leaves on September 21st. So Mars debilitated, out of balance in the second house means you might be spending more than you're earning. Money might be off kilter. You might be, having challenges financially. Maybe you're finding your speech is not working. You're being gnarly and angry at people. Maybe you're having challenges with what you're eating, because this is what you put in your mouth, what you eat and drink, and you're battling inconsistently with your urges for too much wine, too much Haagen-Dazs, and you're spending too much probably as well. I don't like him out of balance here for you. Who does? And it's not going to last. So hang in there. Now, while he's out of balance and we get that first week of September going, he squares Jupiter. This is your good guy. Jupiter's more powerful. He's in a bigger, stronger position. And so, yeah, Jupiter has the upper hand, but there is a delightful battle going on that first week of September. And it probably is with a friend or a sibling, one older, and there's a clash, and it may be about money, or there just might be a clash about values, or it might be a clash about some kind of difficult conversation with a friend, an ally, a benefactor, an elder sibling. You may be coming into a crossroads decision that's difficult and you feel out of balance regarding profitable gains from your career. You want to make more money, and you will. Jupiter's here to help you profit in your career gains, more increases in your finances through work and career. That's going to be true through next July. So take a deep breather here. But this is a tension moment about that. Maybe you're spending more than you can, and a friend wants you to go on an exotic trip with them or some weird thing like that. And you have to really face the music about money and desires, goals, and dreams. What you want to do, maybe out of reach financially. That's an example, the first week of September. This does overlap the Labor Day weekend. So keep that in mind. Yeah. And Mercury is also squaring Uranus for some unexpected news. Well, Mercury will move out of Leo, which is fine. He had been in Leo for 2 months, June through to about September the 3rd. And then he moves into your sign, and you want him to be there September 2nd, 3rd, time zone dependent. Yay, you. You're communicating well. Your ideas are strong. Your messages are clear. Your mind is sharp. And you get that beautiful mercurial content available to your Leo sun, your career. Sun is your career and purpose. Moon is your home and home life. Rising sign is the avatar simulation character that you play. So you get this clear mercurial blessing September 2nd through until about the 18th. So what wonderful. Who doesn't want it? But what about the surprise? What is this, guys? Are you getting fired, demoted? Are you getting a raise you didn't expect? Are you having a shocking conversation with an authority figure in the workplace, a higher up? Are you getting some news about the company itself? They're going to go out of business, or they're going to pay off people to, quit the job or leave. That's the kind of vibe that's going on here, right? You're strong, you're communicating solid, back to the surprise of the 10th house, right? You've got a handle on it. You're really clear-minded, so not to worry. Professional disruption, difficult communication, and surprises may be happening September 3rd, 4th, and 5th. On the 7th is a total eclipse of the moon in the sign of Pisces over here. October the 7th is coming up right here. September the 7th is coming up right here. And by the way, this backdrop triangle is going to be here all of September. Let's not stress about it. It's a profound transpersonal energy that the whole world gets. For you, it works on your behalf to do with career, job, and money matters mostly. So, and maybe chunky money, including inheritances. That's the vibe all of September. But what I want to draw your attention to is that your significant long-term love partnership person, business partner, or maybe the clients in marketplace and audience that you serve from your career, those energies are being fully lit by a full moon total eclipse. The moon is going to turn blood red, and it's going to shed an eerie red light on your marriage, on your business partnership, on your relationships to other people that are important to you, including your clients or your customers, whatever you're dealing with. I find that lunar eclipses are revelatory. They show you something you didn't see before, and you're watching from across the way with your sharp mercurial mind, and you're like, oh my God, and you have clarity of mind, and you see something that you didn't see before. Now, your partner might be the one getting the impact of the eclipse, a full moon on their lives, a full eclipse on their lives, right? Because the moon as a category of meaning connects to the word home, and it's a lunar eclipse squaring your fourth house of home, you may also see this as a moon that opens up a 6-month doorway to a change of home, but in communion with another person, connected to their business or partnership or the relationship itself. A full moon north node eclipse for a single Mercury person could bring a new love story into your life in the 6 months that follow. And it might be with somebody of a significant age difference with Saturn here as well. But a very karmic, destined, fated new love story for single Virgos during the next 6 months from this eclipse. Now, I love that Jupiter blesses the eclipse, flowing a trine flow to the eclipse, which indicates that you could increase your financial career gains and your relationship to your partner become much more profitable, jointly profitable. Maybe you're both going to make a lot more money or something like that. So Jupiter is giving you blessings in this regard. Maybe this eclipse can open up some of your long-range goals and dreams and plans for long-term love stories, right? That's an example. And you might get a shocking wedding proposal out of this because of where Mercury sits relative to Uranus. Maybe it's a wedding proposal that shocks you rather than a demotion or end of a job in the first week of September. But this eclipse also opens up a 6-month doorway of change of home, change in career status, and changes in relationship status as well. As we go forward into the next week, the 7th to the 14th of the month, you'll notice that around starting on the 10th of the month, we begin to feel something building up that feels positive. And it's because the sun in your sign, Virgo, shining a light on your stories, is going to talk to the actual benefic, exalted Jupiter, fairy godfather in the house of wishes and dreams and goals and pennies from heaven and windfalls. And this could be a windfall moment of some sort. Now, it can have so many different ways of playing out. Some benefits may come to you that are beautiful and light you up from a sibling, one older than you, from a friend or ally or benefactor who wishes to favor you with some goodness, some wealth, some luck, some goodness of some sort. There could be just a little bit of a wish come true, a dream come true vibration in a lucky way that you can't believe, and you're jumping for joy. That's the kind of vibe here. Given that you also will see during this actual September 10th and 11th and 12th, this energy is playing out. See how it's building. By the time we get to the exact sextile, the moon will be exalted in the 9th house. And this is lovely because it could indicate luck, prosperity narratives, financial fortunes coming into unexpected alignment, despite the stresses of the money story with Mars. Unexpected opportunity for a journey to a foreign country or foreign land with a friend, ally, benefactor, some kind of financial pennies raining down from heaven on your head. Why not? September the 12th builds up on the 10th, finishes on the 15th. It's really exact on September the 12th. Also, around the same time of September the 12th and 13th, we'll see Mercury moving into the sun's heart. This conjoining is a reset button that impacts your life pretty well over the 6 weeks that follow. It's going to allow for you to have some kind of a new idea, new mental understanding of your life regarding your relationship to another person, your career path, especially with the moon up here, and illuminates a grand insight into career-related matters, but also home-related matters. And, sometimes this kind of a Mercury reset button is going to show you something on the day of September 13th, a new idea, a new understanding, a new clarity can dawn upon you. And Jupiter favors you here. He flows to this this new beginning. So again, it could be a re-envisioning of a long-range goal or dream with clarity and insight. It could be a financial windfall coming from somewhere, somehow, some way into your life. Who knows how, who knows where, or through the life of your partner, and it blesses you as they come into a windfall of some sort as well. If you have a significant other, the windfall may come through them. Jupiter rules the house of marriage. And so their prosperity benefits you. Even if their prosperity is an inheritance, it benefits you as well. And fourth house matters are very prosperous and lucky. And if you were thinking to change your home, move your home, get a different home, luck is favoring you there as well, especially if you're looking for a rental property. Now, would I make the move at this time? No, but you might be able to find the place that you would want to move to. And that would be much better to do the move when Mars moves into Scorpio, which is after September 22nd to November 3rd. Then relocation of home is much more favored, in my opinion. All right, so when we get to September the 14th to the 21st, we're going to bump into that second eclipse, the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, which is going to impact you, obviously. Before we get to the 21st, we're going to have to cross the Rubicon of the 13th and 14th, and here we are on the 14th. You'll notice that the cosmic lovers are in a very sweet dance together. That's very flowy and lucky. This is Venus still in your 12th house, talking to Mars in your money house. It's good for your finances. You're going to start to feel it building up maybe around the 12th. It will last until about the 19th of September. Now, one of the things about Venus in the 12th house is she's giving you a lot of pleasure, enjoyment in solitude and alone time. And in that regard, what you do in your alone time incubates financial prosperity as well. Venus in Leo, entitled in her queenly throne, August 25th to September 18th, also means you're enjoying the pleasures of solitude, your bed pleasures, your downtime, your private time. But you could also be very creative in the alone time as well. Now, this is money that could come from foreign lands and distant shores increasing, or also from people who are in hospital settings. In this case, there's a female energy there. Venus is really strongly working with Mars. She has a desire, and Mars has the solution or the decisions and actions to help her realize her desire and attract it to her. And it looks to me like you're trying to work on financial stories here. I mean, Mars is still working in that money house. Backroom deals and negotiations can work on your behalf to increase your financial gain in prosperity connected to career. And it looks a little bit like September 14th and 15th might be a new career opportunity, but it's almost like you've been working behind the scenes to make it happen. Or other people in the workspace have been collaborating, especially human resource stuff, to get you this new financial opportunity connected to career. And you really can begin to see maybe the results of that paying off around September 13th, 14th, 15th, all the way to the 19th. So if you were looking for a new job, for example, this would be where you stick the landing on it, or a pay raise or a new position in the workplace, that kind of stuff. Now, if you're already self-employed and you don't do any of that stuff, no worries. And it just means there's a financial blessing. You might be able to acquire a desired possession that you secretly wanted. I always wanted a waterbed. Now you got one, that kind of thing. Even though Mars is debilitated, Venus is telling him what to do. So he's trying his best to help you out. And as he talks to Venus, he's opposite the chironic wound with inheritances, shared money with a spouse or significant other in your life. There's some kind of healing that wants to happen to balance things out, where you've been disappointed or felt wounded in the money that you have been unable to, say, invest or parlay into other monies, or money that you struggled with during an inheritance cycle, or money with your partner not being imbalanced in love. Anyway, there's a healing that goes on here for you guys around September 14th. Now, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Mercury is opposite Saturn, and we're going to talk about that. He's going to leave your sign, and he moves into the next sign as well. But before he does, here we have it around the 17th and 18th. Mercury, your Lord, is opposite Saturn. This is a difficult moment in a significant business partnership, client relationship, or long-term love story. There is a constriction. There is a conversation that is challenging. There's a miscommunication. Your partner or someone else is raining on your communications parade, downing you for your ideas. You don't feel good during this 17th and 18th. It will pass. You are strong. You are clear. Your speech should be pretty good. Your partner might be a Debbie Downer, raining on your parade, acting like a boss, controlling you, or something like that. Let it go. Business partner, love partner, gnarly client. It will close out. And then, hallelujah, Mercury moves into Libra. Now, as he does this on the 18th, 19th time zone dependent, 20th, 18th, 19th, 20th, you shift into an actual kite. Mercury has his hand on the kites, let's say September 18th, 19th, wants it to lift off in the marriage house. Sorry, not in the marriage house, in the 8th house of chunky money. Occult mysteries, your psychological work, your psycho-spiritual work. You want to lift off here. You want to heal that chironic wound around the chunky money, the inheritance you blew, the money your spouse doesn't want to share with you, who knows what. The thing is lifting off, and you're activating the Artha houses, right? 2, 6, and 10. Certainly, it looks like positive directions of success financially connected to work, money, earnings, and career success. Surprising, unexpected developments that favor you in this sky. Also, very positive for ending an addiction or a self-undoing, that oral habits that are bad for you, and having a breakthrough moment as well. And they're not exclusive. It can be both success in career, money, and earnings and resources, as well as breaking through addictions and self-undoings. Looks like a lot of good career stimulus is working for you, and it affects your money situation positively in and around the 18th, 19th, and 20th of the month. Now, the 21st is the eclipse that is going to happen in your sign. It is going to be partial. You already had an eclipse here. It was a lunar eclipse in the month of March, around March 14th or so. Now you have lunar eclipses show you things about yourself you need to see. You know, you've already gone through that. You've been like seeing yourself more clearly, you know, whether it's your career stuff for Virgo suns, your home life and childhood stuff for Virgo moons, and Virgo ascendant, your identity and character, seeing yourself clearly under the light of the lunar eclipse that occurred on your story. And also that lunar eclipse in March may have impetus for a change of home within 6 months after, right? So mid-March, April, May, June, July, by mid-September, a change of home may be fructifying for you. That aside, you know, there's a solar eclipse, which is a different beastie. It's not what if revelatory light is shining on you, or fulfilling light or changing light or home change light is on you. No, what it is a whole new portal of a new beginning. All solar eclipses are a fresh start energy, a new start, a new moon. But it's destined and it's fated. In order for the new to begin, you must let go of the old. And we have Venus in fall here. Venus doesn't like being in your sign. Sorry, Virgo. Not a good place for her. You know, poor Kamala Harris has Virgo here. And then it's not a placement I won't go into that story. People are going to hate me for that, but it's with a Dionysius, the alcohol guy, and Venus in her 4th house. It's not an easy spot for her. I would suggest home alone is home in her cup sometimes. I know I just lost a bunch of you, but oh well. I'm not political. I'm Canadian. Just read people's charts for God's sakes. So let it be. And so here's Venus. She comes into Virgo, and she's going to do her best, but she's not in a good position. And she will be there September 19th to October 14th. I'm going to tell you a few tips, Virgos. Do not do a cosmetic facial procedure or body procedure, or don't buy clothes that are expensive that aren't going to look good on you. Skip the brand new makeup stories. Stay with what you know, because she's not in her strength here. You might be feeling a bit better about yourself. You might like yourself more. You might be a little more popular. You might be a little more persuasive and charming than you normally are, right? So there is that side of it. But in the big picture, because it's involved in an eclipse, Venus is involved in that eclipse, and that eclipse has a kind of a year-long unfoldment. Here's what I want to say. New moon, new beginnings, 28 and a half, 29 degrees of Virgo. Household name. If you want to be famous, okay, maybe you can get fame out of this. For the rest of you mortal muggle people who don't seek fame, for example, then this is going to say you need to let go of something in your life that holds you back. Jupiter says, I've got your back. We can do it. It'll make you richer, more prosperous. It'll help you actualize some of your long-range goals and dreams. But you must release or surrender something that isn't right for you. Is it a person you're in a relationship with? Venus rules love. Could be. She exalts your 7th house of marriage. Are you with the right person? Venus also rules your 9th house. You want to go back to university? Then maybe that's something this eclipse will send you doing. It'll send you to university, college. It'll teach you something. Do you want to change countries? It'll move you to foreign land, because Venus rules the 9th house. Venus rules your earnings house. And so be careful here. This eclipse is trying to have you let go of something, and it ultimately can impact your earnings as well. Nonetheless, you can't ride the eclipse with fear. Jupiter is blessing the eclipse in a sextile, so it's all going to work out. And in long range, goals and dreams and successes are for your taking in the 12 months after this eclipse, up to 12 months after. But look for things around the 21st of September, maybe 2 weeks before, 6 weeks after, like the envelope around the eclipse, for clues as to what has to change. If your partner is suddenly acting like an asshole in love, right, or your business partner, Saturn is making them controlling, dominating, difficult, grumpy, or something, melancholic, sad, lonely, fearful. You might not like that energy. You might be like, oh my God, do I have to cope with this? And it's there till next February. And so this is something you have to think about. Saturn dipped back into your significant long-term love and business partnership house, right? He dipped back there September the 1st, and he's going to be there till next February. This is the final test. Will this relationship last? Do you want to close out relationships with clients, customers, significant others, and business partnerships? You're going to think about that through till next year. And this eclipse has got you really thinking about it. Okay, moving on. What about September the 23rd? Sun is activating the kite like Mercury did on the 18th, 19th. Now on the 23rd, 24th, the sun is going to hold that kite handle. This is incredibly powerful energy. Sun is going to fuel some kind of good commercial success, financial success, money success, connected to career, job, and connected to chunks of money as well. What are chunks of money? I don't know. Could be a sign-on bonus, a commission check, a performance review payment. Who knows? But also just the vibe here is so powerful. You're going to like it financially. It's going to support you to have certain features going on. Change a home because you're going to move to a new rental property. Yes, that will favor you around September 23rd, 4th, and 5th. And beautiful energy around unexpected positive career success, acceleration, raises, promotions, happiness in the spot you hold. You're really looking really good financially with Mercury, Sun, and the Moon all here together. Money stories are looking favorable, but they're connected to the work environment for the most part. Although the Moon in Libra will talk to a pennies from heaven windfall Jupiter as well on the 23rd, 24th. So you could be coming into a little bit of a chunks of money that you weren't expecting, and here they come your way. I like it mostly for solidifying prosperity and career gains through work, job, career matters. All righty. May connect to the 18th, 19th, and it's fulfilling promises made then. Like you go for a job interview on the 18th, 19th, you get the job on the 23rd. That would be an example. Then we have the last week. It's difficult. Mars is squaring Pluto. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Mars is strong in Scorpio. He'll be in your third house. Bless you. From September 22nd to November 3rd. This is where Mars has got power to relocate you to a new neighborhood, and that will work well for you. And changing your home is indicated anyway from eclipse structures. So this would likely be a move time, and it will be successful. That aside, if you're moving, some of you won't. That otherwise, you're having a great time at the local gym. You might be traveling short distance and having a lot of fun during that time. You might be passionately engaging in learning and communicating. You might be driven to succeed in your online social media life. You might be very competitive at the local neighborhood, playing local sports. Okay. Mars is here. And Mars could also indicate some interesting developments with a sibling one younger than you. Mars is here, and in the beginning, it's challenging. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to tell you that about September 22nd to about September the 27th, from the 22nd to the 27th, 4 days. It's not easy. I mean, the moon will be fallen in the third house. You may have a falling out, a fight, a disagreement with a neighbor, with a sibling one younger than you, conflict with your local tribe, the friends that you have in the local environment, falling out with a friend from childhood, elementary school, high school. And because he's squaring Pluto, it's pretty terminal, right? If you're going to have a break with a friend or a sibling one younger, it's going to have a lot of intensity. And we have two kinds of will, personal and divine willpower clashing here. There could be some conflict in the work environment, maybe with a colleague, maybe with an employer or employee situation. And it may be a conflict of wills, a battle of wills. Be careful. Mars is the god of accidents, and Pluto's in the house of accidents, and this is the house of road trips. So I'm going to warn every Virgo about road trips. Do not engage in reckless road trips from the 22nd to the 27th of the month, please. Thank you. Marshall's brothers and a brother sibling could have a difficult time in their life, and you might be, in this case, just dealing with their picking up their mess of a brother younger sibling story. It may not be you. And like the rental property stories changing, maybe renting a new property, sure, but with fallen moon and Mars, you would be misdirected. And maybe you're competing for a rental property, for example. There's more than one person who wants it, and the landlord is going to say no. I wouldn't go for it anyway, because you're baking in a very difficult energy. So don't try to say force at your hand on a rental agreement or opportunity on the 23rd to the 27th. I think you'd just bake in conflicts with the landlord eternally. It would not be the best place for you to be. But on the other hand, say you're moving and you're doing your move out clean, and the landlord wants to challenge you on damages. That's the kind of gnarly shit that goes on under this kind of sky. It too shall pass. Not to worry. It will go away and you will be much happier. I think if you were wanting to move your home, Virgo, any Virgos listening, the move will happen more likely or not the 22nd to the November 3rd. Traveling, don't travel. I don't like this for travel. I don't like the square to Pluto. This is a travel house. Hold off on travel the 23rd to the 27th. Wait till after that time frame. Now let's pick a oracle deck card for you from the good old English dictionary in Canada. This is our Canadian English dictionary. It's all spelled in the British way, and see what we get as a message for you. This is an oracle technique, guys. And I didn't want to draw oracle draws. I got intestine. Well, that makes sense, and I'll tell you why. Intestinal fortitude. Well, I got two things. Intestine and intimate are together. Let's talk about that. Virgo, your sign is about the intestinal tract. And because your intestinal tract is ruled by a Mars in detriment for the whole month until the 22nd, you need to be careful about what you eat. I'm not kidding you. Mars in detriment in the second house is food poisoning, right? So intestinal upsets are a challenge for you through to about the 22nd of the month. The second thing is the word intimate. You know, you've got an eclipse in the house of a significant marriage partnership. So focus on being connected, more profound conversations, more intimacy with your partner, more intensity and clarity of communication. And you can do that because September 2 to 17th, Mercury is in your sign, and he's giving you that ability to speak true, to speak clear, to speak precise to those people important to you, especially the intimacy with a long-term relationship partner. But again, I'm not kidding you. Food poisoning. You'll get back to me. You'll say, oh my God, you were right. Be careful for food that is going to upset your stomach. And be careful for overindulgences with toxic substances like alcohol in excess that are also going to give you intestinal challenges. And that's going to be true until you get Mars out of Libra. So from about August 6th to September 21st, that's your intestinal upset time frame. Be careful. Alrighty, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Come join me in Sky Reader. I'd love to see you there in September. Share this with friends and family. Help my channel grow. I do appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.